Hey there, welcome back to Living in Cheyenne. Whether you're relocating here or just curious about Wyoming life, I'm sure that you've probably heard that we like our freedoms, including gun rights. I'm Austin, your local realtor and guide to living right here in Cheyenne, Wyoming. Today's video dives into something really important: Wyoming gun laws that you need to know before moving here. Now, just to preface, I'm not giving legal advice. You should always consult with a qualified attorney, but I will walk you through the key rules, recent changes, and pitfalls to avoid. Let's get into it. First off, Wyoming has permitless carry, also known as constitutional carry. That means residents and non-residents 21 and older can carry a concealed handgun without a permit. Anyone 18 and older who can legally possess firearms may open carry a handgun without a permit. So basically, if you're allowed to own a firearm, you can carry it concealed or openly without needing any sort of a license, which is among the most permissive policies in the United States. This went into effect for residents in 2011 and for non-residents in 2021. So if permitless carry is legal, why would you get a concealed firearm permit? There's three big reasons. Number one, reciprocity. A Wyoming permit lets you lawfully carry in many other states with reciprocity. Without it, you're limited to just Wyoming. Number two, federal gun purchases. The permit exempts you from federal NICS checks at licensed dealers. Number three, non-resident minors. Residents aged 18 to 20 with prior training and recommendations can carry concealed via permit. Permitless carry only starts at 21. So even though you don't legally need a permit in Wyoming, it can open doors elsewhere. Up next, let's talk about permit eligibility and the application process. To get a permit, you must be 21 or older or 18 plus with a sheriff's personal recommendation, be a U.S. citizen or lawful resident, have lived in Wyoming for 6 months unless you already have a qualifying permit, be firearm eligible, no felonies, no serious convictions, no mental incompetence, complete hunter safety, military, or range training, or demonstrate proficiency. Additionally, the application costs $64 to the state plus local sheriff's office fees for fingerprints, about $15 to $25, and they're usually processed in about 90 days. Now, even with permitless carry, Wyoming does still have some gun-free zones where firearms are prohibited. These include schools and school grounds, courtrooms, jails and detention facilities, law enforcement facilities, state legislative meetings or buildings, though emergency rules have since been repealed, private property when the owner posts a sign prohibiting firearms. Note that the legislature passed and then vetoed a bill to allow concealed carry at schools and government meetings. Some emergency rules for state buildings are still being finalized, so stay up to date on the local laws because things can change quickly. While most talk is about concealed handguns, open carry in Wyoming requires no permit for any legal resident or visitor aged 18 and up. This includes long guns like rifles and shotguns as well. You can carry them openly without a license or registration. Wyoming also enforces statewide preemption, preventing localities from making stricter gun laws. Next, let's talk self-defense. Wyoming has a strong castle doctrine or stand your ground policy. You don't have a duty to retreat, and you can use reasonable force, up to and including lethal force, if you're attacked where you're lawfully allowed to be. That protection extends to your home, vehicle, or business. Now, regarding age requirements, handguns require you to be 21 plus for permitless concealed carry. Rifles and shotguns are legal to purchase or open carry at 18 plus. Exceptions for 18 to 20-year-olds may apply for a concealed permit with requirements that were previously mentioned. That means as soon as you hit 18, you can legally take home a rifle or shotgun with no permit required. Up next, let's talk background checks. Wyoming has no state-level requirements for background checks or waiting periods. Federal background checks only apply at licensed dealers. Private sales, no checks and no waiting. Complete the transaction and move on, but understand that federal law does still apply. This permissive private sale structure is one of the reasons why Wyoming ranks so high on the list of states with lax gun control laws. Up next is another controversial topic, red flag laws. Not only does Wyoming not have any red flag laws, they have also preemptively banned the implementation of red flag laws and other extreme risk protection orders for removing guns from people perceived as dangerous. That means that courts cannot preemptively seize firearms based on mental health or domestic concerns. A controversial topic you'll want to consider if moving from a state with tighter gun regulations. Now, even though Wyoming's gun laws are pretty lax, federal law does still apply. This includes no guns in federal courthouses, federal buildings, or on post office property unless exceptions apply. National parks. Concealed carry is allowed under federal law if Wyoming allows it. Traveling with firearms. Know your destination state's reciprocity and federal TSA rules. Essentially, when you leave Wyoming, the rules change. So always verify laws for the state you're going to. Next, let's talk about firearm safety and training best practices. Just because you can carry doesn't mean that you should without knowledge. Get training. Hunter safety, basic pistol class, and home defense drills. Practice often. Safe handling, cleaning, and shooting. Store safely, especially around kids. Keep unloaded and locked when not in use. Know your surroundings. Recognize no carry signs at private property, healthcare facilities, and more. Wyoming law allows you to be found civilly and criminally liable if you fail to secure your firearm and someone else uses it. Now, I briefly want to talk about recent legislative changes, including the gun-free zone repeal. In 2025, Wyoming passed the Gun-Free Zone Repeal Act, HB 0172, removing some restrictions but also sparking debates. This law allows concealed carry with or without permit in some state-owned buildings and meetings. The State Building Commission passed temporary rules effective July 1st, but they still need clarity on hallways versus offices. The takeaway, the rules are always evolving, so it's important to check up-to-date signage and policies in government buildings. Finally, I want to compare the gun laws in Wyoming to one of our neighbor states. If you're moving here from Colorado, here's a quick comparison. Colorado requires a concealed carry permit for any concealed handgun. Wyoming does not. Colorado has background checks for private sales. Wyoming does not. Colorado allows local jurisdictions to regulate. Wyoming prohibits local firearm ordinances via statewide preemption. Bottom line, Wyoming offers more freedom, but also more responsibility. So there you have it. Key Wyoming gun laws you need to know before moving here. From constitutional carry to permit options, gun-free zones, and legal differences with neighboring Colorado, this video is your guide to all Wyoming firearm laws. If you found this video helpful, hit that like and subscribe button, and don't forget to ring the bell so you don't miss any future videos about what life is like right here in Cheyenne, Wyoming. And if you have questions about gun laws, moving, or just anything else Wyoming in general, feel free to reach out. I am always happy to help. Stay safe, know your rights, and I'll see you in the next one.